Hi, I'm Jerry Springer. These two women you just saw each weigh more than 300 pounds. But they say that belly dancing makes them feel sexy and gives them confidence. Not everybody likes what they do. You're going to meet the brother of one of these women, and he says that his sister is lying to herself. Deep down inside, she's really ashamed that she's fat. And he's not the only one who has a problem. Later, we're going to meet another belly dancer who says these ladies are a joke. And we'll meet a 300-pound stripper who says that she feels sexy when other people laugh at her act. Should be an interesting show. We're here in San Francisco's Bay Area. Please stay with us. Please meet Sharon. She weighs 350 pounds, and she says she loves to dance and wears a bikini. And she says it was belly dancing that gave her the confidence to do anything she wants to do. But Sharon's brother, Scott, says that while Sharon may act like she doesn't care about her weight, she's really ashamed of her size. The first question, I guess, Scott, Sharon appears to be very happy with what she's doing. We saw her out there dancing, kind of enjoying it. Why do you say that she's not happy? She's telling you she's happy.
I don't believe she is. There's certain situations among the public that we get with them. She'll bring up a situation, or she'll make a comment about the way that he looked at her. Maybe he didn't mean it offensive, but she'll bring up a situation and she'll start talking about it and bring up the whole subject about being fat when it wasn't even a problem to begin with the other person.
Let me ask the question. Do people make fun of you? Do people
Sure.
They do. Do they discriminate against you?
They scream at me. They shout at me driving down the street. I've lost jobs because I'm large. And even though I belly dance and enjoy myself, someone feels I should feel bad about it, and I don't.
When you were a child, were you real heavy?
No, I wasn't. Well, that's one of the things that was amazing. My father put me on a diet when I was about 14, 15 years old. My brother, being on the slender side when we were younger, he's 6 years younger than me, they sat him across the table from me and fed him mashed potatoes, gravy, chocolate cake, and sat me across from him drinking grapefruit juice, cottage cheese, and a piece of bologna. And I ate that for 3 months, and that's all I was allowed to eat, because they said I was too fat and he was too thin. So it's like I was constantly told as a child I wasn't good enough.
Well, how does your dad feel now?
We still don't speak. He doesn't like my size.
Your dad, your own dad, doesn't speak to you because he doesn't like your weight?
Exactly.
Well, what kind of a dad is that?
Well, obviously, I don't think he's a very good father. I would as soon let him go live his life, and I'm going to live mine.
But did that pressure? Yeah.
But Jerry, she's never around. She's always around the heavy people of her group. It's called Napa. She's always around them. She's never around. I mean, she feels comfortable being around her group. Any person who is fat, who can lose weight or is able to lose weight, should want to lose weight. Unless you medically have a problem to be fat, then I just think you should always want to be slim.
Who are you to tell me I have to do something? Who are you to say that I have to lose weight or I
lose weight?
What do you mean I should want?
If you want to fit into society,
it's like you should want to go to school and be a scholar. I'm very happy with myself.
Yeah, I think you should want to lose weight.
This is for Scott. Scott, you got to let her live. You can't ruin her life. It's like telling a child to do something. The more you tell them not to do something, hey, you just got to let her live. And, yeah.
I'd say being overweight, I think that you're in the wrong place there, Scott, because I know that I'm happy the way I am. And yes, I can lose weight, but I'm comfortable.
Yeah, but well, go ahead.
Do you not like the comments of people that make fun of you? Do you not like that? Does that bug you? I mean,
so society has to change, not myself.
If someone calls you a pig or calls you names, and then you get mad because they call you those names.
So they need to be re-educated. I don't have to change because I'm not in the wrong. I'm living my life to the best of my ability.
And you know what? We're all cheering and we're all clapping and we're all saying, Scott, you don't know what it's like. But you know what? Tomorrow morning, every one of us looks in front of the mirror and says, oh my God, I put on 2 pounds. I look terrible. Right. I got to get it off. So it's one thing to be cheering Scott as we all, yelling at Scott because that's a terrible attitude. But isn't the truth that not every one of us, but most of us are in that park where we're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting too heavy. You know, it's better to be thin. I look better if I'm thin. The summer's coming up. I can't get that bathing suit. I don't want to be on the beach looking like I do. So we yell at Scott, but we're agreeing with him in the way we live, no?
But that needs to be changed.
What he's saying is that when you constantly think about losing weight, you gain weight. I've gained like 9 pounds in the past few months.
You have to sit down. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
Just thinking about losing weight, the more you're conscious of it, the more you sit there like, I stopped cereal binging, but lately I've been eating like cereal just spontaneously, just because I've been thinking, okay, just like you said, the summer, the losing weight, the more you constantly think about it, then you sit there and you get depressed thinking about losing weight, and looking in the mirror does not help. It makes you more depressed.
I started belly dancing and I was about 20, 25 pounds heavier, and I didn't do this to lose weight. I did it for mobility, for exercise. I want to feel good and flexible, and I've lost weight just by being myself and just exercising and doing it. When you go to the health spas, they don't want you there. They don't want the fat person there. You get in the swimming pool with them, they like go to the other side, like, oh my God, your fat cells are going to get me, you know? You know, you go in the jacuzzi, they leave you. But now I can work out, and I feel good about myself, and I am getting exercise. You do need exercise. I don't care what size you are, thin or large.
I weighed 60 pounds less in high school, and I felt like garbage the whole time. Never had a date. Last year I was sick. I lost 40 pounds in 1 month. I saw my doctor last week. She's like, I'm so glad you've put on some more weight. You're so much healthier. It has nothing to do with your body size. It has to do with what's right for you.
Yeah.
Right. Apparently she's very happy with what she's doing and how she is. I think the issue is with her brother, who's very unhappy with what's going on. The issue should be something.
Is a little bit of it that, are you embarrassed sometimes?
Sure.
For yourself. I mean, you go with your sister to a party and all of us.
Let me give you a scenario. You know, with this group at NAFA that she belongs to, I used to go to a lot of their social parties. You know, I'd be invited to go, and I would go, and I'd be one of the few people that are slim there, and I just felt totally out of my element. And I didn't feel comfortable being around him.
Well, eat like a bird.
Actually, he eats more than I do. My brother has lived with me periodically in our adult lives at different times, and we eat about the same. My brother, however, burns calories off differently with his body metabolism, and I don't.
And
I'm not
when
overeating.
she was young, she was a very slim, good-looking lady. I mean, in high school years. And all of a sudden, she got heavy. She's still
your standard to her. It's not, in a sense, and I'm not being rude here, but it's none of your business. Why should... You only want her thin for your sake, so you can be bragging to other people, hey, I got this thin sister.
Thank you.
She's happy, let her be like she is.
There's situations where we wanted to go out and do things. Like, I had a buddy who had a boat. I wanted to go out in the boat. She didn't want to come because she didn't feel comfortable being around my friends because she was insecure about her weight.
Because if they said something to me, I'm going to have to say something back to them. Exactly. Your friends don't have the right to tell me what to do with my
You know
life.
if they were going to say that or not. You don't know.
Okay, hold on.
This is an attitude problem, and our society has a big attitude about weight. Initially, when I saw the dancers come out, I felt the tinge of what Jerry's talking about, but now that you said that you go to parties and you show people that you're graceful, I have a lot of respect for you. Good luck.
But the parties she goes to are the NAFA group parties.
And private parties. I perform at private parties, not just for the size group.
Okay, next, another belly dancer who says that Sharon's dancing is an absolute joke. We'll hear her side of the story when we come back.
Ever notice how stains come in two? So for double stains, what's a mama to do? Look, mama's all got small. Introducing new Double Power All. Half the liquid than ever before. Lift stains like never before. For double stains, big or small, mama's got the power of new Double Power All. The double stain lifter, that's all.
I've been a reading teacher for over a generation and have used many methods. Then I tried a reading program called Hooked on Phonics, and the light went on. My students took to it immediately, and I was amazed at their desire to learn. Hooked on Phonics works because it is set to music and is fun to use. Take my advice. If there is someone in your life who has a reading problem, get Hooked on Phonics. It really works, and that's no blarney.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG. on the next Jane Whitney Show.
He's a very affectionate person. He likes to hold at night.
She's found the perfect man. They've lived together for years, but there's one little problem.
Right now, I'm not ready for marriage, and I understand that.
So how do you get Mr. Right to pop the question? You could take drastic measures.
You either marry me or get out.
What to do when your dream man won't walk down the aisle on the next Jane Whitney Show.
Today at 5 on California 9.
Have fad diets failed you? Have you tried to lose weight but nothing works? With Surgiline, there is hope.
What else is there? I mean, I've done all the dieting that anybody could do. Dieting didn't work for me, so I changed and I considered my options and I called Surgiline. Surgiline helped me regain my life.
Call Surgiline, 800-782-LITE. That's 800-782-LIGHT.
Welcome back. I'm Jerry Springer. We're in San Francisco's Bay Area, and what you just saw are two women who weigh more than 300 pounds each who love to belly dance. Now, we met one of them, Sharon. Now let's meet Ronda. Now, Ronda, isn't belly dancing something that we normally think of for relatively thin women?
I really think that's nonsense because I've done workshops for men and women of all different sizes, large size, small size, and I think everybody's secret desire is to try it. I see in this audience, matter of fact, I want to try something right now. Everybody up, everybody in this audience wants to try. Everybody, you get up. You too, everybody, up, 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 up. You need to learn some moves, I can tell. We're going to do some real easy ones. Come here, right here, yes. Okay, pretend there's a clock on the floor. There's your 2 o'clock. You're going to take this right here. Oh, yeah! Okay, you got your clock on the floor. Take your right hip and put it toward 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6, 9, 12. Right around. Let's get loose. Let's get loose.
Wait, my clock stopped.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's go. All right, that's a good one. Now, there's another move, which is
What happens when your second hand doesn't work anymore?
Okay, now, the next one is a hip figure 8. I'm going to turn back for just a minute. Take your right hip, put it to the back of the auditorium, bring it to the front. Now your left hip, back of the auditorium, front, figure 8, back, front, back, front, back, front. Yeah! And one more. You want to do a hip shimmy?
What?
A little hip shimmy, back
little
and
hip
forth.
shimmy. One
Back
shimmy, and then we're going to sit down.
Back and forth, back and forth. Faster, faster.
That's not a shimmy, that's a shake.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. How about a nice hand for Ronda?
Looks good.
Oh. Okay. What you're saying is, everybody can do it. It's good exercise.
Benefits, great confidence, great socialization, great
I
exercise.
would dare say, but for a very few people, virtually everybody is a little bit insecure about their own body.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, we have these interviews with these absolutely beautiful women, for example, and they will say, gosh, I don't really think I'm pretty. Now, half of that's phony. They know they're pretty. But in some cases, they really don't. I mean, because everybody...
people let it limit themselves. I had a teacher at school who I've talked to over the years about this, and she's tall and willowy and beautiful. And, you know, she got into her bathing suit before going to Hawaii, didn't quite fit, and she was about to limit herself and say, oh, well, I can't go to the beach.
So then
she thought, yes, and she bought a bigger bathing suit.
And so basically what you do is therapy, because the thought is you're telling people, look, it doesn't have to be like it is in the magazines.
Yes,
it doesn't have to be like it is in the movies.
It's not like it's on the ads. We're not, you know, we used to be fat and jolly, and now we're supposed to be fat and psychologically disturbed. It's not true. No.
Yeah.
It's not true. We can have the same life as anybody else, no limits.
So how do you feel now, Scott, huh? You got these two beautiful women up there. They weigh more than you'd like a woman to weigh.
Yeah, but they still limit themselves. I've never seen Sharon go to the beach. She won't even get in my truck.
Well, you have a semi. I have to go at 10 feet up. Excuse me. I'm not, you know,
But if you were thin, you'd be more than happy to get in that truck.
Doesn't matter. My life is not over because I'm large. I do other things, and I enjoy myself.
I think they're still limited.
Great.
They still limit themselves.
I
I was just wondering, are you guys married? And if so, how does your husband feel about it?
I've been married 3 times. They all love me.
They all still love you?
Yeah, I left them.
You left them. But that's a fair question. Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can. You paid a lot for your ticket.
Okay. How often do you guys get dates? I mean, does it make a difference to men? And if so, how does it make
Not
you
really.
feel?
I own a dating service for large-sized people. We've been in business since ’85, and we've had 30 marriages. I'm still looking. I'm still looking.
Will you give... let's take a question. Will you give people your number? We'll give people the number out, so if they're a heavy set...
Oh, that'd be great. Great. It's
By the
really
way,
good.
help me right here before we go any further.
Yes.
How should I phrase it? I want to use...
I'm fat.
Is it okay to say fat? That
Absolutely.
isn't offensive.
It's a simple descriptive word. We're not offended. A lot
Because
of
I don't
people
like
hear
saying
it.
overweight, because I don't know what
I'm fat,
weight
I
is
have red
over.
hair, I have green eyes, I have
So I
red
can
nails.
stand here and
You can
I
call me
can
fat.
stand
That's
here
the way
and
it
call
is.
you fat, and
Yes.
it's okay.
It's
not
not
a
bad
negative word to me at all.
But to some people it might be. I
Some
go up
people
to
it
someone and say,
offends.
"You're fat." I'm going to have a fat lip.
But that's because they don't have the confidence that I have in myself.
They're hearing the negative judgment that people have, you know, that other thing that's behind the word fat. We'd like to just reclaim it and say, it just describes you. You're tall, short, thin, fat.
Full figure. Okay, we have another
Thank
question.
you.
Yeah, I think that if the heavy ladies enjoy shaking their roll, I don't think not a skinny brother or other skinny belly dancers should stop them. They should just continue to have
Thank you.
fun.
Next, another dancer who says these women are a joke. We'll be right back.
Until my allergist told me. I never knew what a histamine blocker was.
Since Park Davis introduced the histamine blocker Benadryl, allergy sufferers have had a powerful ally. Because when allergens attack, Benadryl blocks the histamine in your body from triggering sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose. No wonder doctors have trusted Benadryl longer than any other allergy medication. When allergens attack, depend on the histamine blocker Benadryl. It's powerful protection.
I used to have a big bump that was here on my nose.
I had a terrible time breathing, and I'd wake up in the morning and I wouldn't be able to breathe.
Aesthetica patients talk about their plastic surgery.
Before my surgery, I would wear my hair straight down and forward, hoping that maybe it would cover my profile.
I'm thrilled with my results at Aesthetica.
You just feel beautiful, and you just want to thank the people, the person that gave you that.
Aesthetica, a center for plastic surgery.
How beautiful you look with what you already had.
I couldn't be happier.
There was a small miracle in plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery allows me in my business to present a more confident me.
I have a confidence that I don't think I would have ever had without Aesthetica.
I'm very happy with the results.
Looking great is for everyone.
After having the surgery, I feel like the young girl I used to be.
Aesthetica, a center for plastic surgery.
Yeah, there isn't any other place I would have surgery.
It's the best.
The doctor was great.
Aesthetica means beauty. I feel beautiful.
I felt like a walking time bomb. My doctor said I wouldn't live to see my kids grow up.
I weighed 260 pounds. I couldn't walk, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't do anything but eat.
My weight was killing me, and I felt I was going to die.
If you are 75 pounds overweight or more, the most important call you could ever make is the one that could save your life. Call 1-800-LIGHT-LIFE now.
I got in a car accident, and from the hospital, I called Larry Parker, and he got me $42,000.
I'm glad that I called Larry Parker after my accident. They took care of everything, and I got $37,000.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me first. You won't have to worry about medical bills, suffering, or loss of wages. I'm Larry H. Parker. I'm nearby and ready to fight for you. Call me free, 1-800-333-0000.
Larry Parker got me $2.1 million.
Hi, I'm Jerry Springer. If you think you have a great idea for a show, we want to hear it. Call us at 1-800-325-5350 and tell us what it is.
Okay, now let's meet another belly dancer who says she can't take Ronda and Sharon's dancing seriously. Please welcome Morocco. nice hand for Morocco. Yes. Morocco, we can see, as Morocco's mic is being put on, that's the problem. We have belly dancers on. We're never sure where to attach the mic. But here we go. All right. Tell me, Morocco, and we enjoyed your, we can see that you obviously know how to belly dance, and you do all the traditional steps that we see, or the moves that we see in movies and such. Why would you have an objection to what our prior guests, Sharon and Ronda, were doing?
Well, first of all, it's not belly dance, it's Oriental dance. And I have no objection to them dancing, and I did not say that they were a joke. I said that by calling themselves the Fatimas, and by hyping on the size, they are going to be taken as a joke. I have lost jobs because people think I'm too big. And in this culture, we think that Nancy Reagan has a figure. Now, if Nancy Reagan has a figure, what happens to me? What happens to these ladies? I think they're setting themselves up for rejection when what they're doing is the best thing they can do for their own bodies and their own health. I have no problem with them doing it. The culture has a problem with them doing it.
And the culture needs to be changed.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it's true that people, when they first hire us or hear about us, they may think of it as a joke, and that's what they may be expecting. But when we come out, Sharon and I are just representing the Fatimas. We have 8 women that dance. We do a full half-hour to 45-minute performance, and once they see we can do it, we dance with all the props. We dance with canes, swords, lit candles. We really know it. We do it, and after, we've converted more than one person.
That's good news, because when I started, first of all, the dance wasn't taken seriously at all, and I got publicity because I have a ridiculous IQ, and they thought, okay, if you have 2 brain cells to rub together, what are you going to do? Go out there. You're a dancer? Why are you a dancer? However, you are going to have that problem, and I think that in a way, by using a name like the Fatimas, why don't you call yourself FBWA and let them figure out what it's all about? Or call yourselves the Flowers of the Orient.
Because we don't have to conform to the culture. I mean, one of the things that we're doing now is we're fighting it in our own way, and that's what we want to do. If we want to call ourselves the Fatimas, we'll call ourselves the Fatimas. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. If you go to Tombstone, Arizona, there's a big portrait of an oversized belly dancer from the turn of the century, Fatima, and we just took that on.
Okay, well, I can understand that, but the proper name is Oriental dance.
I just have a couple of quick comments. I was very heavy at one time, and I did not know I was heavy until somebody very close to me said I was heavy and told me to lose some weight. So that really was very detrimental to my self-image. My only other comment is that I agree with both of you. Do what you want to do, be what you want to be. I'm concerned about your health more than anything else. I've seen people trying to give CPR to fat people, and they can't revive them because they can't get through the layers of fat. That's what bothers me. It's not what you want to be. I'm concerned more about your health.
And virtually every, and that's true, ma'am, because virtually every doctor we go to says, you know, in most, you got to lose some weight. You know, don't put on, watch your weight, watch your cholesterol, watch the body fat. We keep getting, are the doctors lying to us? Is it?
Can I say something, Jim? Yeah. Because there are health problems associated with being fat. There are health problems associated with being a woman, with being black, with being a Native American. Does this give you a clue that a person's mental health and their sense of being oppressed by society has a big impact on their health?
Exactly.
If you're happy, then go for it. And for the brother there, just love your sister, because we, you know, I mean, fat people, we're just people. And all this fat stuff is ridiculous.
I do love my sister.
We have a question at the mic.
I want to know if when you first started belly dancing, were you heavy, and did you feel as good about yourself then as you do now?
Me?
No, the lady in the purple.
In the purple.
I was about 15 to 20 pounds thinner when I started doing Middle Eastern Oriental dance, and I personally would like to lose at least 5 pounds because I've grown out of some of my costumes.
Well, why? Then the folks here are yelling, you need to, we're getting back into this whole bit about how much we ought to be weighing.
Are any of you worried about having a heart attack at an early age?
My blood pressure is fine. I get a checkup from a doctor at least once a month when I go in for my physical or whatever things I have to deal with, such as asthma and stuff. I'm fine.
I teach a belly dance class twice a week, an hour and a half, and if we have a performance coming up, we do an extra 1 or 2 rehearsals. I'm in great shape.
Okay, next, the 300-pound stripper who says when she bears all, people laugh at her size, and the more they laugh, the sexier she feels. We'll be right back.
Back when Burbank was just a chicken farm, Beverly Hills was just a hill, and Orange County was full of, well, oranges. A company called Aetna had already been providing peace of mind across America for over 50 years. Now, Aetna is introducing a no-premium senior health plan to Southern California. Senior Choice. At last, a senior health plan from a company that's been around longer than you have.
I was a passenger when the other car hit us broadside. I knew I had rights.
1-800-THE-LAW, too.
I felt pain, and suddenly there were so many things to take care of.
1-800-THE-LAW, too.
They can assist you by obtaining a car rental, recovering your lost wages, and obtaining compensation for your pain and suffering. For free consultation on auto accidents, call the Legal Rights Defenders at 1-800-THE-LAW, too. It's all the law you need to know.
Dr. Beecham and his family of qualified dentists take pride in preserving your Western dental smile. We help you maintain healthy teeth by making your basic checkup easy and affordable. In fact, with our Western Dental Plan, you can save up to 50% on most of your dental care needs. Call 1-800-6-DENTAL and make an appointment before your next important occasion.
We accept most insurance plans, have years of experience serving Denti-Cal patients, and offer credit with no interest charges. Call 1-800-6-DENTAL.
When I learned to cross the street to go to this delicatessen, that's when I started putting on weight. I've been on a diet since I was in the 3rd grade. I tried everything. Every single diet imaginable. I would diet and exercise and lose weight. But then once I lost the weight, I would just go back to my old eating habits and I'd put the weight right back on. From the very first day I walked into Jenny Craig, I was learning to keep my weight off. I learned to control my portions and look at food in a different way. I learned that I was a picker, a binger, and an overeater. I learned to change my habits. I can handle any kind of eating situation. So here I am. I'm 30. I'm the same weight I was when I was in high school, and I'm in the best shape I've ever been. And it's all because of Jenny Craig.
Come celebrate our 10th anniversary and enjoy special savings. 10 weeks for just $10. Call Jenny Craig right now at 1-800-92-JENNY. That's 1-800-92-JENNY.
For investigations that matter to you, watch Inside Edition. Inside Edition knows the hazards you face sharing the road with trucks like these. Dangerous truckers on the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7 on KCAL TV, California 9.
Guests of the Jerry Springer Show stay at the beautiful San Francisco Hilton and Towers, an ideal location with elegant accommodations, complete health and fitness center, and panoramic view restaurant, Cityscape. For business or pleasure while in the San Francisco Bay Area, call Gateway Limousines and Executive Service, your limousine and sedan specialist since 1979.
Welcome back. We're about to see a 300-pound stripper and her husband in action. They say the more people laugh at them, the sexier they get. Please welcome Annie and Ron, the dominatrix and the dominator. You know, I don't know how to say this, but I think I'm in love.
I'm ready for you, Jerry.
Yes.
This is for Scott. Scott, love your sister no matter what size she is. I know you said you love her, But beauty is also inward, and all those ladies are beautiful. And I'm quite sure your sister is very beautiful. And lady, there's not only fat people in the hospital with heart attacks, there's skinny people too that smoke.
Good point.
Okay. When we go, let's talk to our two new guests here, our strippers. And I got to tell you, when you think of strippers, if somebody said, hey, we're going in this club and they got some strippers, you won't believe it. And the guys all get together and say, all right. And they get down there, you know, and they order their drink and the lights are low and presenting, and here they come. And you guys come out, I gotta think that the first thing that happens is they're either catcalls, they're either laughing hysterically, they're saying things like, look at that fat.
Oh, no, no, no.
No?
No, no. If I
The guys in these places don't say that?
If I do a gig at a dance bar where they've got the cute little skinny girls, they're a dime a dozen. Nice, but a dime a dozen. Where are you going to find a fat stripper? I have the guys' undivided attention usually.
Well, where else
and
are
I
they
get
gonna
the
look?
dollar bills tucked just like the skinny ones.
Stand up. It's a joke. Settle down.
Where do you work? Who hires you, or what type of parties do you do?
We do birthday parties, anniversaries, bachelor parties.
You got to be going broke then.
No.
Why? Not gonna make any money.
Why, Scott?
Like you said,
Scott,
the fine
this is a
women,
great act. She's very entertaining.
Scott, what would
How
you
many
do
customers-
if you had this coming at your nose?
See Scott run.
There's no way that
See
people
Scott run. Take it. Question.
This is for the belly dancers. I was wondering where you guys went to school, how long your school was, and if it cost you anything.
As far as lessons, started taking private lessons in 1987, and I've taken from 2 or 3 different teachers, and then I started teaching, and Sharon was one of my first students, so we've been dancing for quite a while.
I've been dancing about 3 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 33 years. When I started, there were no schools. I learned from the people to whom it belongs in the ethnic clubs, and I've been traveling and researching in the countries of origin below these many years. I get down with the grandmas because grandma knows everything that grandpa knows and everything he doesn't know. So I learned from the source.
But there have to be fat people that are tired of being ridiculed, that are tired of being made fun of, that are tired of being harassed and having catcalls. And what they maybe are saying is, when you go out and perform your act, the worry is that you are just adding on to this ridicule of fat people, no?
No, we're something special. Anybody can get a skinny old stripper. We're something special. We're different. We're unique.
Yeah, but how much money do you make? I mean, do you make a living at that?
Oh, I have very well.
Yeah, I do have an issue,
Oh,
though. Don't
So
you
you got-
feel that you're reinforcing the stereotype that fat people are just to be laughed at?
No, when I go into a place to do a party, no matter where it's at, I know I look unusual when I come out in costume. And yes, people are laughing at me at first. But after I start performing, then I get the acceptance. I include the crowd. They get to know the persona.
Was that performing, or was that just jumping around?
I beg your pardon, could you do it? Could you do it? Try it.
Who wants
Try
it?
it.
Take off your mic a second. Take off your mic a second. Now. All right, here's what I want. Okay, first, turn on some music. I want both you guys dancing, and then we're going to vote. And I want to see something come off, okay? Hold on, couple number 1. We'll be right back.
Dieters have different needs, so Accutrim made different formulas.
My appetite was humongous before Accutrim Maximum Strength.
I would lose my willpower after 3 p.m. until late day.
If it weren't for 16-hour, I'd eat all day and all night.
Accutrim, one is right for you.
Lower grade mustard seeds may be good enough for ordinary yellow mustards, but only top grade seeds. Plus, all natural ingredients go into French's. Isn't your hot dog worth it? French's, America's favorite mustard.
Stop the weight loss roller coaster. If you're more than 75 pounds overweight, Medilite can help you. 3 years ago, Lee Beck weighed over 400 pounds.
I used to have high blood pressure and shortness of breath, but since Medilite, I've become a police officer, and I feel better than I ever have.
I weigh 232 pounds. Thanks to Medilite, I weigh 120 pounds.
I went from a size 18 to a size 5. Medilite changed my life.
Call Medilite 1-800-283-LIGHT. Put yourself in this picture now. 1-800-283-LIGHT.
If you just bought a new car, or you're making payments on what once was a new car, you need full coverage auto insurance. But if you have a couple of tickets or an accident on your record, the question becomes, how much will you have to pay? Well, at Dasher's Insurance Service, the average down payment for full coverage auto insurance is only $157. Give us a call. Dasher's Insurance. We're in the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages under insurance.
If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car or motorcycle accident, the results can be devastating. At times like these, you need an attorney. Call the Injury Helpline. Talk to an attorney near you for free, one who will explain your legal rights and costs. There are no attorney fees unless you receive payment for your injuries. The insurance companies have attorneys working hard on their side, and so should you. Call 1-800-343-7001.
Hi, Cliff here, wondering just what those fast food guys will think of next. Maybe prune Danish in a cup or omelet on a stick? Well, here at IHOP, they've got a menu full of great-tasting ways to start your day a lot quicker than you think. So forget the fast food breakfast and get a real food breakfast. Real fast. Yow!
The quick 2-egg breakfast. 2 eggs, 2 bacon, hash browns, and toast. Just $2.99. Monday through Friday, excluding holidays. For a limited time only.
Tomorrow,
This could be my baby.
this young mother stole another woman's baby after she lost her own. Mothers tell what happens when someone steals your child. Tomorrow on Springer.
We are back. First, before I get to my first audience question, Scott, how did it feel up there?
I felt good. I just felt insecure being around.
I think you're making fun of everything. We want to be taken serious.
Well, maybe that's...
I won't condemn anybody for doing what they do. I mean, I won't make fun of nobody, but in the same sense, don't subject me around it either. I mean, I won't hang around it.
Yeah, well,
No.
it's not
I'm wondering how far the strippers strip down. Do you strip naked?
This is it. That's it. How about a nice hand for that, huh? Go ahead, we have an audience over.
First, I just want to say I love you, Jerry. And second, I want to say I'm glad you're not my brother. You're a jerk. And you treat your sister bad. If she's doing what makes her happy, then you should just leave her alone.
You know, can I jump in here for just a second?
All right.
Yeah, I'd just like to
Hold
say...
on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I can't
Okay,
hear.
I'd just like to say that, you know, we may not be to Scott's taste, but there are plenty of men out there that we are to their taste. And I would really like to see
I do say
Ann...
one thing. They do get more dates, and they do probably have more sex than I'll ever have. I've seen it.
Yeah, but I would like to say, I'd like to see Ann promote herself that way. You know, I know here we have Morocco saying we're a joke, Ann saying she's a joke. I'd like to see you promote yourself more. Hey, here I am for people that this is their choice. If you like large women, here I am, rather than promoting yourself as saying, you know, I'm a joke, I'm funny because
But
I'm
you
fat.
know,
You're sexy because you're fat.
I'd like
For
to say
as long
something
as
here.
I can remember, though, fat people, and that's what we're saying today, fat people have been the center of jokes. Comedians
It's an
make
automatic
livings
joke, and that's what I
I
object to.
Yeah, and I guess what people would say then with the stripping, for example, is that we keep perpetuating making a caricature of people who are fat. Isn't that a separate question from whether we should discriminate? Let's agree we shouldn't discriminate. But on the other hand, is it fair to continue that if a person's fat, they got to be a clown? If a person's fat, they got to be funny.
Yeah,
if a person...
comic relief.
But excuse me, there are standards in every field. If I were to go to Japan and say that I want to study sumo wrestling at my size, are they going to accept me as a sumo wrestler? If you want to get out and do gymnastics, if you wanted to compete in the Olympics and you're going to jump up and go for those bars, you're going to be on the floor. I'm not saying stop dancing, and I'm not saying you're a joke. I'm saying there are artistic standards in any field,
and
there are standards.
You can't do something.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't do it. Go for it.
Exactly.
Go
that's
for
what we're
it.
doing.
Here we have a question.
I have a statement and a question. This is for Scott. Scott, you saw the reverse side of discrimination because you feel uncomfortable when you're with your sister, so you should know how it feels, so you should treat her better. To the lady in the red, are you pregnant? The red in the red belly dancer?
That's why I said. If I were pregnant.
All right.
I want to say something. I want to say something.
Yes.
You know,
My age, honey. If I were pregnant, it would be a medical miracle.
you know, something.
I said I'm a little over the weight that I prefer to be at. That's my standard for my dance. Because when Ann here stopped after the beginning, honey, you were breathing hard. And to me, that's not even warming up. If you're breathing hard after that little, your health is being affected.
No, he's getting out and he's doing exercise, but whether you're 5 pounds overweight or you're...
Hold on.
I think it's really great what you do, and there's health hazards in everything. I have a question for Scott. Are you married? And if you're not married, if you have a girlfriend, do you place this emphasis on her weight the way you place it on your sister?
I have not married, and I have no girlfriend.
Okay, we have a question over there.
But he gets to have his preference.
I get to choose.
Yeah.
You what?
I choose.
He has a right to have his choice of a thin woman, as I have a right to be my size. I mean, so if that's what he wants, fine. But I just feel that he shouldn't be so negative about my choice of being a belly dancer and flaunting it and showing it.
I would say if a girl's over 135 pounds at a certain height, if she's out of proportion, yeah, it turns me off. I'm not turned on by the bra.
Hey! Go ahead.
Question directed to Sharon.
Yes?
Excuse me, this is a question directed to Sharon. Do you feel like your early childhood upbringing influenced your current eating habits?
Okay, I don't feel I'm an overeater. My brother and I can eat the same amount. My body doesn't process food the same way he does. What made my life so difficult as a child is the fact that my parents didn't understand that my size was my size for my body. And they forced me into diets. They forced me into negative respect for myself. And therefore, I was an introvert, and I wanted to go out and do things, but my parents, they held that back inside me. And from that, when they wouldn't let me be myself and wouldn't let me go out and do the things that I wanted to do, and you're made to stay home or stay in the house because you're supposed to be ashamed of your size.
But you're over 18 now.
Exactly, and that's why I'm out there doing whatever I want.
Did your mother accept you the way you were, and she just loved you the way you were? Did you have a good relationship with your mom? I mean, because I think that's important.
Just for us?
Yeah, you too.
I didn't hear the whole first part of the question.
Relationship with your mother, was it good? I mean,
No.
did your mom accept you the way you were? No.
Neither parents were very supportive or very much into letting us be ourselves.
I'm sorry about that. I mean, I really am. That's not the way to parent. Pardon the editorial comment, but you shouldn't be doing that. Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to know, have either of you ladies ever been in individual counseling for your self-esteem?
I had an aunt of mine take me to a psychiatrist that was doing a diet, and he kicked me out of his office. He said that he couldn't work with me because I'm not going to take his bullshit.
Yeah, there's a big problem with counseling. Can I respond? I feel like there's a big problem with a lot of counselors because they will say, well, if you lose weight, all your problems will be fixed. And thin people have just as many problems. I'm sorry.
I feel I'm 7 pounds overweight right now. I have a certain weight that I'd like to remain at. The doctor wanted me to drop my weight, and I told the doctor, I said, I'm comfortable at this weight, and he said, well, great. So I think that if these ladies want to do this and they feel comfortable with it, and, to each his own, go ahead.
On that note, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Jerry Springer Show in Chicago. Write Jerry Springer, tickets. Post Office Box 4115, Chicago, Illinois, 60654. Or call 312-321-5365.
On the next Maury Povich Show, these women may look white, but they're not.
Excuse me, but I am black.
African Americans who look white on the next Maury.
Today at 1 on KCAL TV, California 9.
Do you think you suffer from impotence? Males 18 to 70 years old in a monogamous relationship with persistent or recurrent impotence are needed for a medical research study. Qualified participants receive a free basic physical exam, lab test, and could earn up to $650. If impotence is causing a problem for you or your partner, call us at 310-854-3900. California Clinical Trials Medical Group. Finding answers together.
It's the National Home Appliance Sale at Sears Brand Central. All refrigerators, all washers and dryers, all dishwashers, all ranges, all TVs, and all camcorders are all on sale. Now through Wednesday only at Sears Brand Central.
Have you got a minute? Well, I've got a phone number for you that's very important if you're looking for a job or a better job, or you want more money, or you want something permanent. Call this number, 1-800-956-7832. And call now. Find out how easy it is to go from a job hunter to a career professional in just a few weeks. You can be a certified optician, contact lens fitter, lab technician, and financing is available too, but you've got to call now. 1-800-956-7832.
Traffic taking its toll on your furnishing? Call for Coit. Save 25% on all cleaning services.
For value you can trust, call for Coit.
What does it take to get delivery of a new or used car at Foothill Nissan if you have good credit? I'll tell you what it takes, $25. $25 is all it takes. And I'm talking about any new or used car in stock. Yes, I'm talking about 300ZXs as well. $25 will deliver any new or used car in stock. Call us. 687-7000. 687-7000. Tell us what you want. We've got it. Then drive to Foothill Nissan in La Crescenta. Bring me $25.
We are back here in San Francisco. Yes.
Yeah, I was just wondering how the strippers got started.
Originally, we saw an ad in the paper saying, looking for overweight dancers. My husband dared me. I did it. That was 10 years ago. Now he does it too.
Yes. Go ahead. We have another question. Go ahead.
To the two in black, do you guys have kids? And if y'all do, how your kids feel about you guys stripping and stuff?
We have two children. We have a boy that's 23 and one that's 11. And they think nothing of it. It's just normal. We don't do anything wrong, you know, just have fun and have a good time.
The oldest one has hired me to do some of his bosses at different jobs, and the 11-year-old goes to school and says, Mom can't make PTA. She's out hoochie cooching.
I'm curious to know, what is the normality of your sex lives, being so heavy? Is it just
no
like...
problem. My size has nothing to do with sex. I mean...
Yeah, there's no... The what?
My size has nothing to do with it. I do sex as well as anybody else, maybe better. Who knows?
All right. Now all of a sudden everyone has their hand up. Yes, go ahead.
Comment to Scott's sister. I think that you should keep doing what you're doing, and Scott, you need to get over it. Because your sister, if she's happy, let her live. Shake it till they can't take it. That's the way I feel.
I have a comment.
Yes, Scott, I think you should be very proud of your sister because at least she's doing what she wants to do with a little bit of pride and some class, unlike the other two on the end. I'm sorry.
What is it that offends you what they do at the end? I mean, the strippers, I guess, you don't like.
Well, after I have my baby, you know, I'm just worried about what I'm going to look like, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to hide my fat.
That's our point. Why do you have to have
it around in public? I'm sorry.
Well, you should see when I wore it over into the studios. I wore a sports bra and a pair of slacks. I mean, the stomach's hanging out like this. I don't care. If they don't like it, don't look.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say I think these two ladies on the end are very professional. They look great in their costumes. I have a question for the lady in the red. Are you saying that there are standards in belly dancing and that they're too fat to belly dance?
No, I'm not saying there are standards in Oriental dancing and that they're too fat to dance. What I'm saying is that we are living in a culture that has certain physical requirements. And when you're in any dance form, I mean, why Oriental dance? Why not ballet? Why not jazz? Why specifically Oriental dance? I'm not saying they shouldn't dance.
Because it makes me feel good.
It makes you feel good? Fine. Fine. I have no problems with that. I'm just saying that don't expect the majority to accept you on the level that you would like to be accepted on, and I think you're setting yourselves up.
Eventually they're going to get it, whether it's just Ron and I out there dancing now or the rest of the Fatima groups, that's 8 women. That's 8 women more than there were 5 years ago that are getting out there and enjoying their lives.
Okay. Quite honestly, I think you should teach your brother how to dance because he's not comfortable with his body.
I think that overweight people, if you dress the right way and you're presentable, big people can be beautiful, but this is just shocking to me. I mean, my mouth.
I appreciate that.
To the woman in red, if you're so smart, you should know that art through the centuries has always been voluptuous, large women, depth, curve.
That was the style then, and the woman in red, her name is Morocco.
I think it's great that you're all helping to break this stereotype that you have to be thin and petite and to do this kind of dancing, and it's fabulous.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, does your weight restrict you from doing some of the things that you would normally like to do? And if so, does it bother you?
But it hasn't stopped me from belly dancing, and it hasn't stopped me from being a manager and moving 600-pound refrigerators around a warehouse. I'm a triage operator. It hasn't stopped me from dancing. I drive a fast car. I enjoy my life.
Snorkeling. I teach kindergarten. I do basically anything. I've been backpacking. I do anything I want to do.
Good for you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask the strippers and the dancers, do you do this full-time for a living, or is this just a part-time thing?
It's a hobby.
Well, it's more than a hobby. We make money at it, but
true.
we have day jobs. We haven't quit our day jobs yet.
I do it full-time for a living. This is my profession.
I work, the company we work for is Strippers Elite, and I am their office manager currently. And I do this in my spare time when I have the free time, which is several times a week usually.
I work in a factory. I'm a machinist. I just do this part-time for fun.
We'll be back in just a moment.
To order a video cassette of Jerry's show for only $24.95. Call Video Archives at 1-800-FOR-VIDEO. 1-800-FOR-VIDEO for your videotape. For a transcript, send $5 with program name, date, and subject to Burrell's Transcripts, Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. Or call 1-800-777-TEXT.
I know you love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're your heroes because they fight for justice.
Hey, but
Mom! And they're courageous.
Sir Russell eats your heart out.
They love to dance. They're a lot of fun.
Sweet.
But Mom, they're here.
You were expecting maybe the Addams Family?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on sale now wherever video is sold.
Megan Carmichael, President, 1-800-FIX-A-CAR.
We all rely on our cars, and when they break down, it can be a hassle. With 1-800-FIX-A-CAR, finding a good auto repair shop is easy. We'll refer you to a shop that's in your area, works on your make of car, and uses state-of-the-art equipment. We'll tell you how many years they've been in business, areas of expertise, and best of all, we can connect you directly to the repair shop. So call us today.
1-800-FIX-A-CAR. We'll take care of you and your car.
May I see your driver's license and proof of insurance, please?
Have you had problems with your auto insurance in the past? Been turned down because of prior accidents, too many tickets, been sold a policy by a non-admitted or insolvent company, or just couldn't afford it? General Auto Insurance can help. The General has never sold non-admitted carriers and can get you affordable insurance. It's easy. Just call 1-800-64-GENERAL, and the General will come to your home or office today.
I have got to take care of this dental problem before it gets worse. The first dentist I called sounded so expensive. Others made me feel like they just didn't care.
Erin, don't bother with them. Call Smile Care. They have a dentist right in your neighborhood. Their dentists offer a plan that can save you up to 50% off the regular fees. They have a very low monthly payment plan, and they really care.
For a Smile Care location close to you, call us now at 1-800-800-SMILE.
I should tell you that coming up on tomorrow's show, we all remember the Beverly Hillbillies. Well, for the first time in 17 years, Max Baer, who played Jethro, will be here, along with Jed Clampett and Ellie Mae. It's a Beverly Hillbillies reunion tomorrow. Let me take this opportunity to thank our guests for a most entertaining hour. It was enjoyable watching all of you ply your trade, your recreation, and we enjoyed it. At all sizes, we enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being with us. You know, the purists of the art form may take issue. I mean, it's not the way they originally intended it to be. But what we saw today is that no belly is too big to dance. And yet those of considerable poundage, that is to say large-sized people, are used to being told they can't do things. Ridicule, harassment, low expectation, and discrimination are all part of the package when you're what society calls fat. And as tough as it may have been to shed the pounds, it's a lot tougher to shed the pain. The point being, the excess weight may well be a health problem, but it's primarily a mental health problem. If you're fat, you're lazy, slow, dumb, incompetent. That's what people think, and too often say to the obese, even when they belly dance, which of course is unfair and simply reminds us that the issue isn't too much weight, but rather too little sensitivity. It's not whether our guests have the belly for dancing, but the stomach to put up with all the abuse. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.